Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So this is definitely going to be the most critical update that I give you on Snope v. Brown and Oceanside Tactical v. Rhode Island. Two cases currently sitting before the Supreme Court, and just in case you're not aware, these are cases that deal with both so-called quote-unquote assault weapons and magazine capacity limitations. This is going to be kind of a short video, so let's get to it. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what's going on here. Now, as most of you know, every Monday I give you guys an update on the status of Snope v. Brown and Oceanside Tactical v. Rhode Island. To me, these are the two most important Second Amendment cases currently sitting before the Supreme Court. Now, obviously, it's not Monday, but yesterday was a federal holiday, being Martin Luther King Day, so we didn't get a cert list released from the Supreme Court yesterday. It just came out moments ago this morning. So we're going to talk about what is going on with these two cases. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right into this update, and we'll also talk about why this particular update is so critical. So I'm sure most of you know that both of these cases were conferenced last Friday. Conference is basically where the Supreme Court justices get together and determine what they're going to do with the cases that are scheduled for that day, whether they're going to grant them cert, whether they're going to deny them, and then there's some other administrative stuff that they do as well. And we usually get that list the following Monday. And I got to be honest, I was a little bit nervous this time because the Supreme Court did grant cert to some cases and let us know what those cases were on Friday. And Snope v. Brown and Oceanside Tactical were not on that list. So again, I was really worried that we were going to get a denial, but we didn't get a denial. What we got was another relist. These have now been rescheduled for January 24th. So just this Friday, there's going to be another conference to consider whether they're going to take these two cases. Now, onto why that is so critical. Now, the reason that this update is so important is actually pretty simple, and that's because if the Supreme Court does not act on these cases this Friday, so if they do not grant cert for these cases on Friday, and they decide to, let's say, kick the can down the road to the next conference date, the next conference date isn't until February 21st, which means that these cases would not be heard this term. That means that these cases would be delayed for a significant amount of time. Meanwhile, people are having their Second Amendment rights infringed. So we need the Supreme Court to grant cert in these cases this Friday and not kick the can down the road anymore. Now, obviously, there's the opposite side of the coin, which is not very good, and they could simply deny them next Friday, which is, you know, I'm hoping that they don't do that, but they need to grant cert this conference day, this Friday, or else we are kind of screwed. Now, I've already seen a bunch of people online speculating about what the Supreme Court is going to do, but without a crystal ball, there's really no way to know what's going on behind the scenes. They could be using this time to do more research, they could have their clerks looking things up and bringing them more information, and it might just be a matter of making sure that they have, you know, all their ducks in a row before they actually decide to accept these cases. It could be 100 different things, but we're not going to know until we actually get that list. So right now, we don't know. It could be denial, it could be an acceptance, they could kick it down the road, in which case we'll hear it next term. But it's getting a little sketchy at this point, and we'll see what happens. But the Supreme Court needs to grow a set. The Supreme Court needs to step up, and they need to put this to bed. They need to put this particular issue to rest, because there are too many people in too many states. We're talking about tens of millions of people who are living under bans like this that, in my mind, are clearly unconstitutional, that go against Supreme Court precedent, you know, especially just taking a look at Bruin or Heller. We know exactly where this case would stand if it was accepted, but they need to do something about it. They have to take one of these cases. And until next Monday, we're just not going to know for sure. But I mean, possibly we could find out Friday night, and we're going to, you know, pay close attention to that. But they have to do something this Friday, or else tens of millions of people are going to continue to live under this type of infringement for even longer. So I wanted to give you guys that update and let you all know what's going on. I hope you guys all have a great day. If you haven't done so already, consider hitting that subscribe button. It really does help us out a lot. It helps us spread our message. Thumbs ups are always appreciated, and that little alarm bell will let you know when new videos come out. So make sure you click on that as well. Thank you all, and have a great day.